Hola, welcome to Daily Invocation, Souls Check-In. Glad you're with us. Settling into the space, expressing gratitude for our gifts and talents. Prasad's getting better on the Didge. So thank you for sharing your love for the Didge with us today and almost every day. And I am feeling extra grateful about today's topic that we'd like to share and invoke together. It is one of my favorites, especially with where I am on my healing journey. So this is your source of information and inspiration on your path of healing, attainment, and liberation. Our topic today is gentleness.
Hey, thumbs up if you can hear me. Great. I'm unable to hear you, so this is exciting. We can work telepathically. I'm sure you mentioned invoking gentle, tough love. Highlighting the gentle, invoking gentleness. As we really talk about trauma, coming trauma to triumph immersion, at least our orientation at Souls Enterprise is to be on the gentle spectrum. Most, if not all of you, have or will hear me say, can we slow down? Or let's slow down. Or if I'm being tougher, slow down. Slowing that down is a big form of my gentle, tough love, and I use it with myself. Definitely wanted to talk today about self-gentleness and self-tough love. We've talked about discipline previously, and we'll talk about discipline again. That can have an element of tough loveness to it. But today, we're focusing on the gentleness, because so many of us, especially us traumatized ones, didn't have a lot of gentleness growing up. And even nowadays, there isn't a ton of gentleness in society and world situations and war and violence and on and on and on and on and on. So let's, with a few moments here, invoke some self-gentleness.
Yes, so self-gentleness and inviting gentleness into our lives has been quite a journey for me particularly. So I grew up with a workaholic, rageaholic, alcoholic parent. And that meant that from a very young age, the inner critic, that voice inside, was very loud and has been very loud. And I have to keep it in check. That's part of my healing journey, is not to give in to this inner critical voice for various reasons. It also adds to the layers of shame and guilt that were already caused by some of the abuse that I endured in my life. So I've noticed that for myself, that has meant support. Asking for support from helping professionals, coaches, etc. And the two main ways that that has been exceptionally supportive for this gentle, tough love that we're talking about today is, yes, a healer can be direct with me without having to be harsh. So at one point in my healing journey, I still sought out individuals, helping professionals that did that in a harsh manner, because the pattern was still repeating itself. So unconsciously or subconsciously, I was still seeking that out. I was seeking support, great for me, but I was still seeking it in a way that fit my childhood patterns. And that is no longer true. Now I have more discernment, and I love tough love in a gentle way. Someone can be direct and still be loving or gentle, or whatever the word is that fits or describes this better. And then, I said there was 2 ways, and now I am forgetting because I'm so concerned about your audio, but it looks like you can hear me now. What was this? Oh, my progress. That's the second way. So pointing out, it sometimes it's taken somebody else, somebody outside of me, a neutral observer, if you will, who's interested and supporting my healing, but that can also help point out the progress I've made or am making. Because again, that harsh inner critic that was born out of my inner child wounding gets in the way sometimes of recognizing just how far I've come. So we forget to look back. And that's one thing. Even at, I think it was Trauma to Triumph workshop, we were able to say to someone that we've been working with for a while, like, hey, that was huge progress, just the way that you started that sentence or the phase you're in right now. Because healing sometimes feels like it's tough love on its own. So do we really need to make it any harsher? I don't think so.
What's coming to mind right now, I'm invoking up, even on a higher, interesting sort of realm, the whole masculine feminine dynamic and archetypes infused into us. When I mentioned the toughness around society and its many conditionings, been feeling into and invoking the patriarchy, which means the toughness of the, at times, masculine energy, or some say toxic masculine, based upon competition and domination and all of that toughness, which is kind of the opposite of the feminine, nurturing, nourishing, gentleness. Another thing that comes to mind is transcendation. When that was born in 2016, the transcendence being a synthesis of many things, transcendence can feel tough at times. There's a lot of masculine energy there, and facing some shadows and some blocks and tough things can be on the tougher side. But we meet that too, and we celebrate the celebration, which is often more gentle. And on the trauma path, I remind people all the time, let's have the celebration. Let's have some gentleness. Let's flow into the ease and
So we'd love to hear from you if there are any practices or any people in your life that invite gentle, tough love. And if there isn't, of course, we invite you to join our gentle, tough love at Daily Invocation. This Saturday, we have Soul Steady Movement. And of course, our flagship program is starting very soon. So all of the links are either below or in our bio. And we can create a community together of gentle, tough love. Many blessings. Adios.
Thank you, everyone. Sending lots of gentle, tough love.